Hello guys, welcome to this session. We will continue the numericals on marginal costing. In the last class, we have discussed numerical till 14. I think 14th question is what has been completed. So we will continue with 15th question. So you can please refer to the PDF which has been sent to you guys. Come to question number 15. Now if you look at 15th question, he says, from the following information, calculate the break-even point and the turnover required to earn a profit of rupees 36,000. So if you look at the question, he says, calculate the break-even point. The first question he is asking you is, what is break-even point? That's the first part. And the turnover required to earn a profit of 36,000. So turnover means sales is how much? If the condition is if profit desired is 36,000. Okay, these are the two parts of the question. Then he says fixed overheads are 1,80,000. So let us say this is given to us. Fixed overheads are 1,80,000 rupees. Variable cost per unit. So small v 2 rupees. Selling price per unit. So small s is 20. Okay, this is the question. If the company is earning a profit of 36,000 rupees, express the margin of safety available to it. So he is saying if profit is equal to 36,000, margin of safety is equal to how much? So if you look at this question, he says, I want you to tell me the break-even point. Then I want you to tell me the sales if I want a profit, if I desire a profit of 36,000, and tell me MOS if I have a profit of 36,000. So these are conditional questions and the break-even point. So we will start with the first part, break-even point. What is break-even point formula? Will you use the units formula or the rupees formula is the question. So I told you, when the information is given per unit wise, we can straight away start doing it or calculating BEP in units. So what is the formula for break-even point in units? If you remember, break-even point in units is equal to fixed cost divided by contribution per unit. Do you have fixed cost in the question? Yes. Do you have contribution per unit? No. But can we find out contribution per unit, guys? Here I will write contribution per unit is equal to selling price per unit minus variable cost per unit. Selling price per unit is how much? 20. Variable cost per unit is how much? 2. So contribution is equal to 80. I got contribution per unit. Right? Come back. So break-even point is equal to fixed cost, which is 1,80,000, divided by contribution per unit, which is 18 rupees. So 1,80,000 divided by 18 rupees gives me how much? 10,000 units. 10,000 units is what? This is my break-even point in terms of units. That's the first question. Then the second question he's asking you is, tell me sales if profit desired is 36,000. Which formula shall we use? This is the first part. I can say this is A. Then B bit. B bit is trying to find out sales if profit is 36,000. So which formula shall we use? I told you the missing information formula will help us. What is that formula? PV ratio is equal to F plus P by S into 100. Because we wanted sales in rupees, you can directly apply this formula, no changes required. What is PV ratio? Do you have the PV ratio in the question? Is the next thing you have to find out. So we don't have the PV ratio, so let us first find out the PV ratio. Profit volume ratio is equal to, can we apply this formula? F plus P by S? Answer is no. We have F, we have P, but but we don't have S. So I cannot apply this formula to find out the PV ratio. So we will apply some other formula. What do we have information here? Selling price and variable cost per unit. So what formula I am going to use? It is small c by small s into 100. Small c, that is contribution per unit, is 18. Yes. Small s, that is selling price per unit, is 20. So it is 18 by 20 expressed as a percentage. That comes to 90%. So what is this 90%? It's a profit volume ratio. Now once you know this profit volume ratio, you can bring it here. 90% is equal to fixed cost. Fixed cost is how much? I have fixed cost, it is 1,80,000 plus desired profit. How much you want profit? 36,000 divided by S. Should I calculate? Should I multiply this with 100? Answer is no, sir, because this is already expressed as a percentage. So cross multiplication gives me sales is equal to 180 plus 36. That comes to 2 lakhs 16,000 divided by plus 90% comes here. So in your calculator, you will take 2,16,000 divided by 90%. What is your answer, guys? Is it 2,40,000? This is 2,40,000 rupees is my second part. And the third part of the question says, if profit is 36, what is MOS? Yesterday when I discussed margin of safety, I gave you two formula for MOS. One is sales minus break-even sales. Other one is profit by PV ratio. Now the question in front of us is, sir, should I use sales minus break-even sales formula or should I use profit by PV ratio? What do you think? The answer for this is, what did he give? He gave profit. So try to apply the formula where profit is coming. So for me, margin of safety is either sales minus break-even sales or profit by PV ratio. Do you have the profit given? Yes. So I will apply profit by PV ratio. Now based on this formula, if you try to calculate, profit is 36,000. If profit is 36,000, the PV ratio is 90%. So you can calculate 36,000 divided by 90% gives us how much? 40,000. So margin of safety is 40,000. Is this okay? So what do you understand by this? If you look at this, the company should sell 10,000 units to come to a point where there is no profit, no loss. The company should sell 10,000 units to come to that point where there is no profit, no loss. Then if company wants 36,000 rupees profit, company should sell at least 2,40,000 rupees. And if you are looking at 36,000 profit, you are having a safety sales of 40,000. You are having a safety sales of 40,000. That means beyond break even, you are selling 40,000 rupees. Is this okay? This is question number 15. Any questions here? Okay. Moving on to the next question. You can see question number 16. Question number 16 says, you are given the following data for the year 1978 of X company. Variable cost is given 6 lakhs. This is equal to 60%. Fixed cost is given as 3 lakhs and he says this is equal to 30%. Net profit is given, for us it is profit 1 lakh. So this is 10%. And he says below that it is printed as 1 lakh. It should not be 1 lakh, it should be 10 lakhs. 100% is 10 lakhs. So now can you tell me What is this total? 6 plus 3 plus 1? 10 lakhs. But in the book it is printed as 1 lakh. That is wrong. So 10 lakhs is what? It is 100%. Now 100% is what? What is this? Can you tell me? What is this 100%? Is it your sales? Yes, this should be your sales. Because if I sell 10 lakhs, 10% of 10 lakhs is 1 lakh, that is profit. 30% of 10 lakhs is 3 lakhs, that is fixed cost. 60% of 10 lakhs is 6 lakhs, that is variable cost. I think you have everything. You have S, you have V, you have F, you have P. You have everything. So whatever he is asking, you can find out. One is break-even point. He wants break-even point, PV ratio, margin of safety. So what is? I'll try to first find out the PV ratio. PV ratio is how much? You need not even calculate, guys. I know sales percentage is 100%. From 100%, if I deduct the variable cost percentage, from 100%, if I deduct the variable cost percentage 60%, the answer is 40%. Because your contribution is S minus V or F plus P. S minus V or F plus P. F is how much? 30. P is how much? 10. 30 plus 10. 40% is PV ratio, or S minus V. 100% minus 60% is also PV ratio. Then he is asking break-even point. Break-even point is how much? Break-even point is equal to, you know the formula, it is fixed cost by PV ratio. Fixed cost given in the question as 3 lakhs. PV ratio is 40%. That should give you the answer. 3 lakhs by 40% comes to how much? 7 lakh 50,000. And the third question is asking margin of safety ratio. Margin of safety ratio. When they say ratio, you remember he wants it in terms of percentage. What is the formula for invoice percentage, guys? Yesterday only I gave you margin of safety divided by sales into 100. Do you know sales? Yes, sir. 10 lakhs is sales. Do you know MOS? No, sir. We don't know MOS. So let us first find out the MOS. MOS is equal to sales minus break-even sales. Or you can apply profit by PV ratio also. Anything. It is up to you. Sales is how much here? Sales is 10 lakhs. BEP 7 lakh 50. So 10 lakhs minus 7 lakh 50,000 comes to 2 lakh 50,000. Why did we calculate MOS? Because when I want to find out MOS percentage, I want MOS, that is 2 lakh 50,000, and I want sales, that is 10 lakhs into 100. So this 10 lakhs upon 2 lakh 50, 2 lakh 50 upon 10 lakhs into 100 gives you 25%. So one thing I want you to tell me, BEP percentage is how much? If you calculate, it will be 75%. MOS percentage is the remaining 25%. See, this is what we have to note here. Break-even point percentage plus MOS percentage will be equal to 100%. BEP percentage should be 75% because 7 lakh 50 upon 10 lakhs. MOS percentage is 25%. So 75 plus 25 is equal to 100. Another important point, variable cost percentage plus PV percentage, contribution percentage will be equal to 100%. So variable cost percentage and contribution percentage, if you apply, you will get, or you can express this as variable cost percentage plus contribution percentage is equal to 100%. So these are the logic you should remember. 75%, at 75% of your sales, you are breaking even. That means 25% you are in safety zone. At 60% is your variable cost. 60% is the variable cost. That means 40% is the contribution on sales. This is all on sales. That was question number 16. Look at question number 17. When you see the 17th question, he gave us the break-even sales is 10 lakhs and fixed costs are 4 lakhs and he is asking me to compute something, certain things. So 17th question, it says the break-even sales. Break-even point in terms of rupees is 10 lakhs. This is rupees. Fixed cost are 4 lakhs. So fixed cost is 4 lakh rupees again. And first which he is asking is try to find out contribution to sales ratio. Guys, I have been telling you contribution to sales ratio. Contribution to sales ratio is the other name for what? Contribution to sales ratio is nothing but PV ratio. So what is PV ratio? PV ratio is equal to contribution by sales into 100. Do you have contribution in the question? No. Do you have sales in the question? No. So how do we find out the PV ratio in this question? If you remember, I told you, whenever a calculated figure is given to us, what is the calculated figure here? 10 lakhs. The 10 lakhs BEP is the calculated figure. So instead of applying the direct formula of PV ratio, I will try to apply the break-even point formula, BEP rupees formula, because that is given to me. The break-even point formula, if you remember, it is fixed cost by PV ratio. Yes, this is the formula. Now, I know BEP in rupees. Yes, sir. Do you know fixed cost? Yes, sir. Can you find out PV ratio now? It becomes simple, right? So the PV ratio goes this side, BEP comes the other side. So PV ratio can also be found with the help of fixed cost divided by break-even point expressed as percentage. We want it to be expressed in percentage, so we do it. Fixed cost is how much? It is 4 lakhs. Break-even point is how much? It is 10 lakhs. Multiplied by 100 gives me the contribution percentage. So it is coming to how much? 40%. Is this okay? That's the first part of the question. The second part of the question says PBIT. He is asking PBIT. Compute the sales price per unit if variable cost is 12. So they want, selling price is how much? If selling price per unit is how much? If variable cost per unit is 12. So I have been given small v and I have been asked to calculate smallest. So which formula should I use? Smallest minus small v. S minus v gives you contribution. So contribution upon sales gives you PV ratio. I already have the PV ratio. So I will take the help of PV ratio here. It is smallest minus small v by smallest into 100. PV ratio, I know it is 40%. So I borrow it here. 40% is equal to S is a question mark. V is 12. S is again a question mark. Into 100 should I write or not? The answer is no, because already it is in percentage. So I can say 40% of S is equal to S minus 12. Alright. You can, instead of this, you can put it here. Otherwise, S minus 12 is equal to 40% of S. So this 40% you bring it to this side, it will become minus. This minus 12 you take it to that side, it becomes plus. So I can say S minus 40% S is equal to 12, because minus 12 will become plus 12 and plus 40% will become minus 40%. So this is S. Now this is 40% S. Now this is S. When I say S, it is 100% of selling price minus 40% of selling price. So 100% of selling price minus 40% of selling price gives me 60% of selling price is 12. So selling price is equal to 12 divided by 60%. Correct? Multiplication going the other side becomes division. So 12 divided by 60% gives you how much? Should be 20 rupees. Now what did I get? He is asking me to find out, compute the selling price if the variable cost is 12. Yes, the selling price is 20. Therefore, the selling price is 20. There is one more point. Margin of safety if 80,000 units are sold. Now, he is asking MOS. The third bit is MOS is how much if sales units are 80,000. Now look at this. He gave you sales units. Now I will first find out the sales value. What will be the total sales? I am selling 80,000 units and each unit I am selling at 20 rupees. 80,000 units, each unit I am selling at 20 rupees. That is the selling price. So 8 to 16. So is it 16 lakhs? Answer is yes. So 16 lakhs is the sales. When you are selling 80,000 units and each unit you are selling at 20 rupees. So 80,000 into 20 gives you sales value. Remember, what he gave in the question is not sales value. He gave us sales units. He gave you sales units and we are converting it into rupees. Now this is sales rupees. Why did we calculate? Margin of safety is equal to, the formula what I am going to use is sales minus break-even sales. My sales is how much? 16 lakhs. 16 lakhs minus my break-even sales, already I calculated somewhere here. Break-even point, it's given in the question directly, 10 lakhs. So bring it here. 16 lakhs minus 10 lakhs. That is equal to 6 lakh rupees is my margin of safety. Is it okay? So margin of safety is 6 lakh rupees. Sales units converted into sales rupees. Then from sales rupees you deducted break-even sales, you get margin of safety. This is okay? This is question number 17. Now look at this question number 18. 18th question says, the contribution sales ratio of A Limited is 50%. Contribution sales ratio is nothing but, contribution sales ratio is nothing but PV ratio. PV ratio is given as 50%. Then he says, margin of safety is 40%. So margin of safety is given as a percentage, 40%. Okay. You are required to calculate the net profit. You are required to calculate the net profit. So profit is how much? If the sales volume is 10 lakhs. If the sales is 10 lakhs. This is the question. Okay. What is given to us? He gave you two calculated figures. He gave you two calculated figures. One is the PV ratio is calculated. MOS percentage is also calculated. In none of the PV ratios formula you can find MOS, but in MOS percentage formula, if you look at MOS percentage formula, what is the formula? It's profit by PV ratio. Profit by PV ratio. Do you know MOS percentage? Yes, sir. Do you know PV ratio? No, sir. We don't know PV ratio. That is what you have to look at. So do you know PV ratio? PV ratio, I think, yeah, PV ratio we know, MOS percentage also we know. So can't we find out the profit? The answer is no. I think, excuse me, this is the formula for MOS. It's MOS rupees. Okay. So MOS rupees, if I want to find out MOS rupees, profit by PV ratio is the formula. Do you know profit here? No, we have to find out. Do you know MOS rupees here? No. So I think we cannot do it with this. Give this pending. Let us find out with MOS percentage. What is the formula for MOS percentage, guys? MOS percentage is equal to MOS rupees by sales rupees into 100. Okay, I think here we can do something. Do you know MOS percentage? Answer is yes. Sir, 40%. Do you know sales? Answer is yes. Sir, sales is given. Because this is a complete question. Only thing he asked is profit when sales is 10 lakhs. So we assume that this is all related to this situation only. So MOS percentage 40% is equal to MOS rupees. I don't know. MOS rupees I don't know. By sales, I know it is 10 lakhs. Into 100 I will not write because it is already in percentage. So cross multiplication gives me MOS rupees is equal to 40% of 10 lakhs. 40% of 10 lakhs is how much? It's 4 lakhs. What did you get? Sir, I got MOS rupees. Now you can think of this form. Now you can come back to this form. What is MOS rupees formula? MOS rupees is equal to profit by PV ratio. Do you know MOS rupees here? Yes, sir. So 4 lakhs is equal to, do you know profit? No, sir. That is what we are trying to find out. So profit is a question mark. PV ratio, do you know PV ratio? It is given in the question as 50%. So cross multiplication gives me profit is equal to 4 lakhs into 50%. So 50% of 4 lakhs, that is how much? So profit is equal to 2 lakhs. So profit is equal to 2 lakh rupees. This is okay. That is about your question number 18. Then number 19, I think we can still do it. This class itself. Question number 19 says, find PV ratio. So what is PV ratio? What is margin of safety? Margin of safety when sales, variable cost and fixed cost are 10 lakhs, 4 lakhs and 4 lakhs respectively. This is what is given to us. It's a straight question. You have the sales with you, you have the variable cost, you have the fixed cost. PV ratio and MOS. What is the formula for PV ratio, guys? PV ratio is equal to contribution by sales into 100. Contribution is how much? Sales minus variable cost. So sales is how much? It's 10 lakhs minus 4 lakhs. 10 lakhs minus 4 lakhs by sales 10 lakhs into 100 gives me how much? 6 lakhs by 10 lakhs into 100 is 60%. That's my first question. This is my first question. The second part of the question says MOS. Is asking margin of safety. So he didn't tell me percentage or rupees. I will go with the rupees formula here because unless and until you find out the rupees, you cannot express it as percentage. So MOS rupees is equal to total sales minus break-even sales. So do you have break-even sales here? Do you have break-even sales here? No. Can I apply profit by PV ratio? Do you have profit information here? No. So in either way, either this formula or that formula, we need to further calculate something else. I have sales with me, but I don't have break-even point. So I'll try to find out the break-even point. BEP is equal to fixed cost by PV ratio. That is equal to fixed cost. I know it is 4 lakhs. PV ratio, I know it is 60%. So you first calculate the break-even point, then bring it here. You can then calculate sales is how much? 10 lakhs here. Minus your break-even sales, that gives you the margin of safety. Is it okay? I think 4 by 6, 2/3 is is it equal to 6,66,667 rupees? 2/3 generally comes to that. So 6,66,666 if I remove from 10 lakhs is 3,33,333 rupees. All right, guys. Any questions so far? Did you follow that? Okay, then we will stop it here. Thank you all, and we will continue in the next session.